Have you ever wondered how much your option premium price is going to move for every 1 rupee change in the underlying stock or index? That's exactly what Delta is going to help you understand. Delta is your options GPS. Hi, I'm Pranav VK, your options trading guide here at Stockshaala by Kotak Securities. Today, we are going to decode one of the option Greeks, that is Delta. It is going to show you how much the option premium is going to dance along with the markets. Delta tells you how much the premium of an option is going to change for every 1 rupee change in the underlying stock. So, if a call option has a delta of 0.5, if the stock moves up by rupees 1, then the premium is also going to rise by 0.5 rupees. The values of delta can vary for call as well as puts. So now let's understand what are the values for delta in a call option compared to what are the values of delta in a put option. For a call option, the delta value is positive and varies from 0 to 1, whereas for a put option, the delta value is negative and varies from 0 to -1. So just like we have discussed so far, we know that if the call option delta is 0.5, for every 1 rupee rise in the underlying stock, the premium is also going to increase by rupees 0.5. But for a put option, it is going to be negative. It can vary anywhere between 0 to -1. So for in this case, let's take an example of -0.5. So whenever the stock price increases by rupees 1, then the premium price will decrease by rupees 0.5. This shows that in a call option, the delta moves in the same direction of the stock, whereas in a put option, it moves opposite to the stock. So far, we have understood what will happen to the premium if the underlying stock increases. Now let's understand what will happen to the premium if the underlying stock decreases in value. Starting with the call option, if the underlying stock goes down, then the premium also goes down. So if delta is 0.5 and if the stock falls by rupees 1, then at the same time the premium also is going to reduce by rupees 0.5. On the other hand, for a put option, if the underlying stock goes down, then since it is opposite, the premium price is going to go higher. So let's say for a put option, the delta is -0.5. So if the underlying stock goes down by rupees 1, then the price of the premium will go high by rupees 0.5. Now let's understand how delta values varies for deep out of the money, deep at the money and deep in the money call options. For a deep out of the money call option, the value is going to be 0.1, whereas for at the money, it is going to be 0.5, and for deep in the money, the value of delta is going to be 1. The delta values for put options is exact opposite to that of call options. For deep out of the money, it is going to be -0.1, and for at the money, it is going to be -0.5, and for deep in the money, it is going to be -1. Now, if you don't understand what is ITM, ATM and OTM, then go ahead and watch the video on moneyness of option contracts. Now we are going to discuss something really interesting. We're going to look at the graph of delta versus spot price. Here on the x-axis, I have moneyness, where on the left-hand side I have OTM, and the moneyness increases as it goes towards the right-hand side. And on the y-axis, we have delta. Now we know that the value of delta goes from 0 to 1.0 if it is a call option, and it goes from 0 to -1 if it is a put option. So here on the call option side, if we consider this to be 0.5, then we can see that at the money is almost having a delta value of 0.5, whereas in the money is almost having a point of 1.0. So we can see that the delta of a call option is actually becomes steeper and steeper as it approaches in the money. Similarly, for a put option as well. At -0.5, the delta value is at ATM, whereas as it comes towards ITM, it is becoming minus 1.0. Even in the case of put option, the delta value is becoming steeper and steeper as it approaches in the money. Now let me give you a really fun example to help you understand delta better. I'm super hungry and I'm thinking of pizza. So think of this. Every 5 kilometers further away you are from the pizza delivery, then the higher the charges are going to be. And let's say for every additional kilometer, the pizza delivery guy is going to charge you additional 10 rupees. So that additional 10 rupees is exactly your delta. So up to a certain distance, your delta increases faster. So the closer you are, the higher the change in delta. But if you are too farther away, let's say you are 20 kilometers away, then your delta is going to be too low because the pizza delivery guy might not even deliver to your place. So you might ask me, Pranav, why does delta matter so much to traders? Well, there are multiple reasons why traders use delta. It helps you estimate the potential profit or loss before expiry. It helps you in creating hedging as well as delta neutral strategies. We will get to that in further advanced videos. And finally, the higher the delta, the higher the response of the options premium, which means higher risk as well as higher reward. Here is a common misconception about delta. Delta is not a fixed price. It changes with the change in the underlying stock. And the change in delta is called as gamma, and that is exactly what we're going to cover in the upcoming video. Here is a quick recap of what we have learned so far. We understood that delta is a measure of how much the premium changes for every 1 rupee change in the underlying stock or index. We also learned that delta is positive for a call option, whereas it is negative for a put option. We know that for a call option, an ATM will have 0.5 as delta, whereas an ITM is going to have 1 as delta. Similarly, it is going to be opposite for a put option. It is going to be minus 0.5 for ATM, whereas minus 1.0 for ITM. Delta helps you estimate the risk, reward, as well as the underlying price change. Use delta to be more data-driven and less directional. Remember that options are not just about direction. It's all about your precision, pace, as well as probability of profit. In the upcoming video, we are going to cover gamma, which is change in delta. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to it, and you're watching Stockshaala by Kotak Securities. I'm Pranav VK, and I'm going to see you in the next video.